So if you were one of the people who were commenting or DMing me asking me, hey, how can I put a N8N instance up on a virtual server? Congratulations, your time is now. But if you're somebody looking to put an N8N workflow onto a server because you don't have the hardware to run it locally, or you just want to host it for a client, whatever the situation is, congratulations, because this is also a video for you. So in today's video, if it's not obvious already, we are going to be hosting a N8N build on a virtual server. Now, when I first made my video on how to install N8N, I mentioned, or I showed you how to do it using render. But in case that wasn't clear enough, or you want a more practical use outside of just render, like using Google, for example, or any other virtual machine, we're gonna go over it today. So now the main use case for having your N8N automation backend workflow, whatever you want to call it, run on a virtual server or virtual private server, or a virtual private server, I should say, is for one, you don't have to deal with the hardware specs needed to constantly keep it up. Two, you're probably using this for a client, and or you want to just have it up and running on a server. That way, not only can you get to it, but if you have a VA or anyone else involved in your business, like a dev team or anyone that needs to access it, this is for you. So what we're gonna do is use something called Google Console or Google Cloud to access a virtual machine. Now, if you don't know, a virtual machine is pretty much a computer terminal that runs online. There's no physical computer to it. It's on a server somewhere in California probably. And yeah, you can pretty much use it as far as a console goes, like you'll see in a minute. So what you want to do is go ahead and go to Google Cloud, create a new project like I'm doing right now. Let me just make sure this is running. Okay, it is. All right, boom. So go ahead, test our video, go ahead and create. What you're gonna do is go ahead and go to Compute Engine, type that in like that, boom, there we go. Go ahead, click it here. I'm gonna go ahead, click Create Instance. Now when this pops up, go ahead, hit Enable, super easy. Now this will take a few minutes, maybe 2-5 minutes, depending on, whatever. But once it's done, I'll be right back to you. Okay, boom, now, okay, we're back. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and name this Test VPS. Oh, that's not gonna work, hold on. Test VPS, all lowercase, zone, okay. Now, you get access to about a month free of a certain amount. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I'll place it somewhere in the video for free. Don't mind this right here. This is just, don't mind this at all. You get a free, You get a free budget every month, so don't pay attention to this right here. Go ahead, go over here, boom, 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 make sure this is all set. Yep, that's good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit create. No, we're not actually, no. There's one more thing we gotta do. Boom, boom. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit create. Now, again, there's a whole bunch of more options you can do for customization and all that. But for this simple video, I don't wanna get too deep into it because again, I try to do everything at the baseline. And then from there, if you wanna learn how to do something else, you do more research and or, just trying to figure it out as you go. I don't want to overwhelm you in this video right here. Okay, there we go. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead, make sure you keep this window right here open because you want to easily come back here and get this external IP so you can launch it into a browser tab later on. But what we're going to do is go ahead and click in here. And don't worry about taking any credentials or anything like that. I'm deleting this server immediately after I post this video. Go ahead and here, click SSH. Give it a second. Hit authorize. Anyway, okay, so boom. Let's get straight into it. So what we're gonna do first is go ahead and let me get this. Hold on, where is it? And then what we're doing, what we're gonna do right now is go ahead and install and update Docker. Because for one, the Debian Docker could be old and or outdated. So it's good practice to make sure whenever you start this up, you update it and install the correct version. That way you don't run into any unnecessary issues later on down the line. So what we're gonna do, let me get this command right here. Go ahead and, oh, that's not correct. One second, hold on. I have a second window open all the way over here. Here we go. For all of these commands right here, I'll have them listed in a Google Doc or in a comment somewhere down below. I'll let you know in the video when I edit it. Let's go ahead and do that, boom. Run that. Then after that does that, boom, gonna go ahead and run this one right here. Boom, okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get the Docker repo key. Boom. Then do something like that. Boom. There we go. There we go. Now go ahead and get the engine plus compose plugin. Again, if you're confused on anything I'm doing right now, you can easily just pause the video, put any of these commands that I'm giving you right now into ChatGPT, and it'll pretty much explain it to you in a more in-depth way. In this video, I'm not gonna get too deep into it because chances are you don't really care. You just want to figure out how to do it. So that's what I'm gonna cover. If you want more information, comment down below. I'll get back to you, and or just use ChatGPT, ask them some questions about it. All right, give it a second, let it do its thing. Okay, now what we're gonna do is go ahead and we're gonna start Docker. So let me see, I'm not security. Can I just do all of these at once? So it's gonna give, let me see. There we go. All right, so now stay at the Docker. Yep, all right, Docker is now enabled. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and get N8N up and running on the server. Now I tried doing this earlier with, so whenever I make a video, I usually do a test build first. Usually, if I have the time, I'll go ahead and do it first before I make the video. That way I can see any crashes or issues that come up and I can be ready for it in the video. But when I tried to do this on my own outside the video, I ran into some issues. Now the reason for those issues was because a bound mount, let me see, I have the notes right here. A bind mount to an empty folder hides in it. A bind mount to an empty folder hides N8N's internal files, and it kept causing it to crash and it wouldn't load. So whenever I tried to access the IP, the external IP from this virtual machine, it just wouldn't work. It kept crashing, kept talking about cookies and HTTPS. If you're going through that, just follow exactly what I'm doing in this video with the exact commands. And if it doesn't work, comment down below, or again, ask ChatGPT. It's great for most use cases for error handling. So take the entire file that I'm giving you and just ask ChatGPT. I'm not going to break it down line by line. It'll take way too long. Basically, what we're doing right now is we're pretty much running N8N on the server, installing it, getting ready to go, downloading it, all that good stuff. Shouldn't take that long. It might take a few minutes, actually, depending on, again, your Wi-Fi connection and all that. It might take a minute, but it shouldn't. In this part right here, what we're going to do is just make sure that the Docker is all good, and that when we do these commands right here, it's up and running, because if not, we did something wrong. So this is just confirmation that status up. There we go. Then we go over here, 200. Okay, yep, there we go. We're all good. Now if we go over here, we should get a URL that we can take directly. All right, I think it's this right here. Let me go ahead and open this up in a separate tab, and I will let you know. Okay, so boom, it worked. The only thing I do right now is log in. I'm having a blank. Go into the canvas on N8N. I have a video explaining it as I'm talking it out. But go on there, go to the top right, click export, take that JSON file, open up a new canvas here, paste that in, boom, boom, boom. You're golden. That's it. So that's pretty much the video right there. If you have any more questions, let me know down below in the comments. If you want something like this, a private server set up for your own business, don't hesitate. Click the link down below, schedule a free call. We can sit down for 15-20 minutes, talk it out, and see what we can come up with as a solution for you and your business. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you.